So if this is your first time ever seeing me, my name is Val Nichols, and I am so incredibly excited that you're here. If you're joining me for my New Year, New Money Mindset program, I would love to welcome you. I know that some of you guys are joining me here brand new today to enjoy this beautiful, amazing free training I'm going to be doing. This is a training I've been doing for I think about 5 or 6 years now. I can't remember when I started it, but I'm pretty sure it was back in 2018. I want to assure you guys that in this free training, don't be fooled, because you are going to get a ton of value. You are going to get so much freaking value in this training, because one of my core values in my company that I've set ever since I started this business, this coaching business, back in 2018. Previous to that, I was doing executive coaching, and I was also the sales and marketing director for a nationwide company. So, when I started this business, I made it a core value of mine to lead with generosity. So this is why you are going to get so much value in this free 3-day training. So if you're excited about that, let me know in the comments. And real quick, I would love to know who here has already signed up. If you are signed up for the New Year, New Money Mindset program, let me know in the comments and say me, say I'm in. And if you are not, then please do jump over to the link. It should be right up here above my head somewhere. And that is valnichols.com/money. You don't want to miss a single moment of this, because it's going to be amazing. I've been running this training now for 6 years, and every year it gets better, juicier, more in depth, more delicious. And in the past, I've had women do this program, and men as well. I've had people do this program and they have automatically had like $10,000 in sales on day one. And I'm not exaggerating when I tell you this. I'll put the testimonials from a woman, Jennifer, who did that. I've also had people who did it who went on to create amazing, beautiful businesses, and they're able to really fully trust themselves, and they're able to tap into that beautiful abundance that they really desire. Because, whatever happened in your money blueprint, right? We all have this money blueprint. What I mean by that is it's like a framework. It is a frame of reference that we have around money. I actually wrote about this earlier on my Instagram, so go check that out. But I wrote about how, I grew up with my biological father. I didn't really grow up with him. He left when I was, I can't remember, 3, maybe 2 or 3. But he was a very successful salesman. And the only memories I have of him are of violence and feeling really afraid, just really terrified. And the part of me that was there, the little kid part of me, didn't know how to interpret what that meant. All I knew is that when we had money, things were scary. There was violence. I felt afraid. So I carried that. My belief then became, at a subconscious level, that if I had money, it would equal violence. It would equal fear. It would equal, this feeling in my body that I couldn't fully understand or communicate as a child. So, into my adult life, in my 20s, I lucked out by chance and by fate, sold my first house right before the 2008 crash. I climbed the corporate ladder. I was making amazingly good money for being 23, 24 years old. And I just didn't feel worthy of it. I had this underlying fear around the money that, one, it equaled fear. It equaled that I would have to compromise in life and I would be in danger. So I had this trauma response to it, right? And this was my money blueprint. And so what ended up happening is I sabotaged myself. I did not believe that I deserved the money. And so I blew it on all these external things, trying to make the outsides look good so that you guys wouldn't know on the inside that I felt completely unworthy. I was literally falling apart, and I was sabotaging and going down a spiral. So what happened is I ended up going from, growing up in a pretty broke household, a single parent who was doing the best she could, to then having $100,000 in my bank account at 23, 24 years old, having no idea how to manage that, having no idea of my worthiness to that, and having no idea that I had a completely broken money mindset. So what happened is I sabotaged, completely sabotaged. If you can relate, let me know in the comments. But I mean, I completely sabotaged, right? And the hard part about that is that if I would have known then what I know now, I could have prevented myself from a whole lot of heartache, a whole lot of guilt, a whole lot of shame, and I could have, things could have been different. But I truly believe that we all have this beautiful gift of desperation. We have this beautiful gift of hitting a rock bottom, whatever that looks like. And for me, I needed to go through exactly every single thing that I went through in order to get to this place in this time, right here, right now. So fast forward, I ended up blowing all of that money. I ended up creating this debilitating addiction. And within, 2-3 years, I go from $100,000 in my bank account to living in the backseat of my car, wondering how, if I swipe the card, is it going to go through for my groceries? Totally clueless, not understanding that this was because of a deeply ingrained money mindset that I had and a false belief I had around myself, my worthiness, and my ability to have the money, to be the thing, to do the thing. Is this making sense, you guys? Is this making sense? Because, to go from all of this to living in my car, believe me, I had to swallow a lot of guilt, a lot of shame around this, a lot of really heavy emotions that I was carrying. And, what I know is true today is that you are not responsible for your money blueprint that you grew up with, that was ingrained in you, that was taught to your innermost being. You're not responsible for your money mindset. You're not responsible for these false beliefs that you have. It's not your fault. What you are responsible for is taking a look at those dark places, taking a look at those spaces where the limiting beliefs have kept you stuck for far too long. It has cost you way too much, whether if it's through money, lost opportunities, not saying yes, not showing up. Maybe if you're an entrepreneur, it shows up like the start, stop energy. Or maybe you're sabotaging yourself in your business, or perhaps you're one of those people, like so many people that come to me, and like myself, I was 6 years ago, I'd be on a sales call and I'm already so nervous about asking for the money. I'm so nervous about asking for the sale. And in my mind, I'm already backpedaling going, oh my gosh, they can't afford it. Oh my goodness, there's no way they can do this. And I'm already discounting myself and discounting my services, ultimately abandoning myself and reinforcing that broken money mindset that I carried for so many years in my life. So how do we get through this? How do we get through it? The hard reality is that so many of us, these things that we hear, whether if we heard things about money, like money's the root of all evil, if we heard things like we can't afford it, I think a lot of parents just kind of say that, just spit it out, not even knowing what kind of damage it's doing to our mindset, to our subconscious, to our beliefs, to our perceived value and worth. Or maybe you had things like there's never enough to go around, rich people are greedy, and breaking these old habits that were installed in us. Get this, you guys. These thoughts, these beliefs, your money mindset was installed into your subconscious before the age of 7. Y'all, I don't know how many of you guys out there have kids, but think about your kid at 7. Or think about a child that's 7 years old. Would you be able to look at them and go, you know what, you're not worthy of money. You're going to be in a dead-end job the rest of your life. If you want the money, you got to hustle. If you want to be of value, you've got to people please. You got to bend over backwards. You got to do all these things. Could you imagine saying that to a 7-year-old child? But these reinforced beliefs that are inside our mind, inside our money mindset, that are ingrained into our blueprint, our money blueprints, were ingrained within us before the age of 7 years old. I don't know about you, but I don't want a 5 or 6 or 7-year-old making my money decisions or telling me my value or my worth. Because when I was 7, all I wanted was like the newest Hot Wheels that came out. And that was like, what, $2? Like now I want the newest BMW that's come out, right? So all jokes aside, like it is not your fault if you have these false beliefs. I have a client who did my Woman of Wealth and Worth program, which has since been revamped because I love my guys just as much as I love my women. And she did that program with me. And I remember we were going through the beautiful trainings that we go through. And we got to this point where I took her back into this belief, right? We identified this belief that she was carrying. And when we got to that moment of breakthrough, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm like literally getting chills right now just talking about it. So that moment of breakthrough where she got really deep in her center and she tapped into that false belief. Oh, I'm seriously just getting chills right now thinking about it. She tapped in this false belief and all of a sudden she had this memory pop up for her. And it was something she had never thought about in her adult life. But she went into her mom's purse and she opened up her purse. She said she was probably 5 or 6 years old at the time. She opened up her mom's purse and she had this checkbook ledger. Do you guys remember the old checkbook ledgers where you would write in your adds and your subtracts? And yes, I'm 40 years old. I'm dating myself here, but I don't care. So she had this check ledger and she's looking at it and she saw that, her mom was probably getting paid the next day. This was way before automatic withdrawal and all those like electronic things that we have now. Her mom was probably getting paid the next day, or who knows what the situation was. But there was a check written where it was in the red. It said, like, let's say it was power bill, not minus such and such. So now my bank account is negative 67. And she saw that number, negative money, in her mom's checkbook. And she thought, oh my gosh, we don't have any money and I'm always going to be in the red. Life is always going to be hard. It's always going to be a struggle and I'm always going to be in the negative. This woman was in her 40s by this time. And she was shocked when she had that memory. And so we did what we do in that program, in the work that I do, and we were able to completely pull that belief out from the roots and replace it with a beautiful, abundant experience. And what happened is she went on to then, have this amazing, incredible business that she created. She left her corporate job where her and her husband both were in like a multiple 6-figure income family, and they had never been able to get ahead until this point. She went forward, started a business, started doing things she loves, and she's like, I can't believe that was ever even a thing. She's living more abundantly and more like joyful and just happy and feeling more free than she ever has. So what do you guys think? Is mindset just one of those buzzwords that we need to just push aside and say, Or is it something deeper? Is it something that we get the opportunity and have the great responsibility to look at, to bring forward, to uncover, and to bring forward into life so that we can replace it, we can extract it from the roots, and we can enjoy a more abundant, beautiful, incredible, joyful life full of freedom, opportunity, and abundance. I'll leave it up to you guys. And again, my name is Val Nichols. I am a business coach. I'm so freaking passionate about helping people to create the life and business that they truly love. I've done it myself. I have several companies now. I live in a beautiful resort and life is just amazing beyond my wildest dreams. And I never thought I would be there because, again, I didn't think I was worthy of it. So if you are joining me in the New Year, New Money Mindset program, I am so incredibly excited. Welcome to this community. Welcome to this space where you are going to be loved, supported abundantly and beyond your wildest dreams. This is going to be your next level. This will be your calibration and this will be your restoration. That is my year for 2024. I'd love to know your guys's. If you have a word for 2024, I'd love to know. So welcome to the New Money, our New Year, New Money Mindset training. It is going to be amazing. We are going to kick off on Wednesday. So be here in the group or go to the link. If you don't have the sign up link yet, then go to the link, sign up. All you're going to do is put your name, your email, phone number is optional, and then you're going to go to that. You'll get all the information you need. So it's going to be 3 days, absolutely free training, 3 days, and it is going to be powerful. It is going to be abundant and is going to be absolutely amazing. And so welcome to all of you who joined. I can't wait to see you on the inside. And with that, I will leave you guys to have a beautiful Thursday night or whatever day it is when you're watching this. I love you. Have an abundant, beautiful day.